something you think men need to hear. My husband was the kind of guy who never showed his emotions. He was always the strong, silent type, and I loved him for it. But one day, he came home from work and I could tell something was off. He was quiet, more than usual, and didn't eat dinner. I asked him what was wrong, but he just said he was tired. I let it go, thinking he just had a rough day. The next morning, I woke up to find him gone. He left a note saying he needed some time to himself and would be back in a few days. I was worried sick, but I trusted him. 3 days later, he came back. He looked exhausted, but there was a calmness about him. He sat me down and told me everything. He had been struggling with depression for years, but didn't want to burden me with it. He thought he could handle it on his own, but it got to the point where he couldn't anymore. He said he went to a cabin in the woods to clear his head and figure out what to do. He realized he needed help and was going to see a therapist. I was shocked. I had no idea he was going through this. I felt guilty for not noticing, but he assured me it wasn't my fault. He said he didn't want to worry me and thought he could handle it on his own. We cried together, and I promised him I would be there for him, no matter what. It's been a year since then, and he's doing much better. He's still seeing a therapist and is on medication, but he's happier than I've ever seen him. We've grown closer as a couple, and I couldn't be prouder of him for taking that step.